here and once again explain to you how different the world is when you have a mind which isn't warped. And if I'm going to sit here and once again explain to you how different the world is when you have a mind which isn't warped and affected easily by outside influences. You are never going to become a robot. This has nothing to do with not feeling emotions. This has nothing to do with just becoming an empty, emotionless void of a person. That's not what this is. This is about understanding that you're a human being. You're going to feel emotions. This is a beautiful thing. And making sure that you use them in the correct way. A. And B, you do not ever let them stop you doing what you're supposed to do. I say to people often, I haven't felt like going to the gym in 2 years. I'm wearing my gym clothes right now. I just finished training. I haven't felt like training in 2 years. After 10 years of professional fighting, after giving my life to exercise, genuinely, I have not woke up and felt like, oh, I really want to train. I haven't felt that way in a long time. That's why I retired from fighting. But I have still gone and I've still trained regardless of how I feel. So this is one of the tenets, and there's going to be a lot of things you're going to learn, of an iron mindset. It's the ability to not let your feelings affect you, and sometimes to do the complete opposite of how you feel. Because you're not going to very often feel like working hard. You're not going to always feel like doing the right thing. You're not always going to.
Woo! Good morning, fam. Rise and shine. Another blessed and grateful day. I hope everybody is feeling good, vibrating high, because today, I want you to think of it as like a blank canvas. Today is the day where we literally get to go ahead and take the paintbrush, and we are the artists go ahead and design the second half of 2024, because it's official. July 1st is the start to go ahead and step into an abundant second half, I believe, of this year, which is waiting and here, full of quantum leaps, abundance, more transformation, joy, elevation in all different areas. And that is going to be the topic coming into today, is the summer season of elevation. So I'm excited. I'm fired up. It's good to see everybody. Cedric, Johnny, Shane, and Talina in the building. Dreamers, how are we feeling coming into the morning? And what is your word for the month? We've got some abundant things going on. We've got Shane and Talina dropping some sauce coming here in the next 2 days. And we've got a very special call coming into this evening with JoJo and a very special guest. Stay tuned to the end of the call, and you're going to go get a sneak peek of who that is for tonight. So I'm grateful for it all. So let's step into today. Today's topic is going to be season of elevation. What is everybody grateful for? Drop it down below. What is your word for the month? And let's go ahead and get started into today. Summer season of elevation. Here we go. Today we're going to be mapping out literally the next 6 months. Completely straight from yesterday, from the legend, the man, the myth, Mr. Matthew Rosa, setting the tone, giving us the game plan, giving us the play that's literally going to be ran worldwide, and setting each and every single one of us up for massive success, determination. Shane, I could feel the fire. I could see the hunger last night in your eyes, brother, and I know the feeling. You know that there's just some things in life where it kind of just gets the pot boiling a little bit. And Tony Robbins, he says it all the time. Motion creates emotion creates motion. So it's a good thing, right? To be able to go ahead and channel that. So I'm fired up right there with you, running the play. Grateful for God. I'm so grateful to be alive. I'm so thankful for each and every one of us together. This is the beauty of a team, right? Together, everyone achieves more, and everyone has a role. You know, just like sports, together bringing these strengths is where the magic happens. JoJo, we got some big news coming into tonight. Yes, Joey's actually live right now. I told you, stay tuned. We've got a surprise by the end of the call. I'm going to go ahead and let it loose. JoJo, I'll let them know. So, Deanna, it's good to see you. A lot to be grateful for, fam. This chat has been absolutely blowing up in all different areas. I'm talking momentum in our stores. Shout out to Mike. Can we get some sevens down below? Mike and Audra just got their first sale, their first ka-ching. They were fired up in the chat. This is what I love to see. This is why I still do this years later, right? They've been putting in the time, went through the academy, been asking questions, showing up, and we talked about it last night. Just like trading, even if we don't get we don't win a couple trades, even if we don't put out a couple products that are winners, you never know what's right around the corner when we stay consistent, when we keep on going. So yes, did a little happy dance for him. We got the wiggle going for today. Great way to start off the month, honestly. Really, really lit up the day to go ahead and get this week and get this month rolling. So stay consistent, listen, and boom. Yes, I'm not surprised. That's how this game works. Those that plug in and ask questions and are truly students, I can tell you they are going to see success. I have no doubt in my mind. I've seen it year after year, all different walks of life. So here we go. Here's the next 6 months and how each and every one of us can go ahead and really take advantage coming into this season. So I want to see if I can actually share my screen. You guys are going to have to let me know in the chat if you guys can see this because I don't know. All right. Should be good. Drop a 3 down below if you guys can see my screen. Let me know. Does it look kind of funky on your side? Let me see if I can visually map out the next 6 months for everybody so we have everything locked in. Yes? Perfect. All right, cool. Can you see the elevation? Can you guys see my saved messages right here? You can see this? All right. So elevation, okay? Elevate, if we look at the definition, this is a training that we had 3 of the top powerhouses go over and lay out for each and every single one of us to succeed, right? The beauty of a mentor is being able to have those that have already, you see this mountain, that have already climbed up the mountain before us, right? Think about it. They've already gone to some of the highest peaks that some people can't even imagine. Like, how could you ever get up there? Well, they had the gear. They had a plan. They stayed consistent. They stayed disciplined, and they reached new heights. And here's the cool part. Now they're able to actually reach a hand down and help all of us climb up this mountain and see the success that they're seeing. So this is the season of elevation, to elevate in multiple different ways, to elevate our mindset, to elevate in our spiritual walk, to elevate in our business, to elevate in our voice. Looks like multiple windows, but you can see. All right. Mirrors, it's mirrored. All right, we'll have to roll with it. At least you guys can see it. So raising, I'll work on it for next time. Raising and lifting the breaking barriers for elevation. So elevation follows separation. So last year, for the summer, we were talking about the season of separation. Well, this year is going to be all about elevating, right? This season is not just about rising to new heights, as you guys see, but it's about the continuous pursuits of excellence and the commitment to elevate ourselves and those around us. One of the coolest things I've really embodied about this space is it's one of the things I've always been looking for, and that's to get paid to be you and I. Shane brought up the other night, and it's so true. I've been in very few opportunities where we've had the opportunity to actually get paid to be ourselves, to get paid for our work ethic, to actually get paid for whatever it is that we actually put in. And here, the opportunity is absolutely limitless. So to be able to embark on an inspiring path of elevation, ready to learn, adapt, and uplift, you see, Grant Cardone talks about the 10X principle, being able to 10X every different area of our life. And he says, I don't care where you're at. I don't care where you've been. I'm focused on where you're going. So if you guys believe that each and every one of us are able to 10X this second half of the year, just by the principle of Kaizen, just by really 1% every day. This was a perfect time to go ahead and do your 6-month evaluation. I'm working on mine today. I started it last night. I'm going to be finishing it up today, but it's going to be really 3 questions. What did we do well for the first half of the year? What can we do better? And what can we go ahead and focus on, dial in on coming into the next 6 months? Okay. So here's going to be an outline. Here's a skeleton. Here's a blueprint how each and every one of us can get set up coming into this season, right? Where are we going? So I don't know if you guys know this or not. I've been locked in with this company since 2017. It's been a bit now. It's been some years. And when it was officially born, this is about to be its 11th anniversary. And it's pretty exciting to see that we've got some pretty major announcements coming into this season. Not only do we have huge things coming into Mexico, but ahead of that, we're going to have promotions, we have incentives, we have team trips going international out to Tulum, Mexico. So stay tuned. That's going to be towards the middle. I'm going to break that down. But let's start out with July. So July is the start. This month, we're going to be absolutely taking the roof off of the lid. This is the month to really go ahead and elevate with the products, utilizing the access that we have, right? When it comes to crypto, when it comes to e-commerce, we're going to be sharing some of that with you guys tonight with an exclusive call. But I'm telling you, I believe in the next 90 days, each and every one of us can create a part-time income of an extra $1,000 a month, 2,000, 5,000. Let me know down below. What would be a game changer for you in the next 90 days? What would be, it could be a rank. It could be a certain amount of income. It could be a certain number of sales inside of your e-commerce store. But what does that vision look like? Let's map that out before we even get through the summer. And this is part of the evaluation. Even for myself, I'm getting it solid. I'm talking about a certain number of kachings in our e-commerce store. I want the crypto portfolio at a certain amount. I want to be going and withdrawing inside of the Forex markets as well. You see, I want to be taking advantage of all of these products. Social media. I hope you guys know that Instagram is paying out. Threads is paying out. Facebook is paying out. YouTube Shorts is paying out. There's a lot of money that's sitting on the table for all of us. So I'm excited for each and every one to go ahead and go get it. So I told you we had a getaway. Previously, we were going out to DR, and I'm actually kind of glad that we took the switch from DR, Dominican Republic. Now we moved our team trip over to Tulum, Mexico. And if you don't know, November 3rd to the 5th, can I get some Mexicos down below? For everybody that is going out to Mexico, this is going to be one of the biggest trips of the year. JoJo starting team getting the ball rolling. Kachings, 3K by the end of the year. Let's freaking go. Setting up the shorts. So Mexico, let me drop down my Mexicos down below. Okay. This is going to be big. I don't know if you guys have ever been to Tulum. Tulum is one of the most beautiful places that you can ever go to. One of my favorite spots, in fact. And it's super cheap. For everybody to get a flight, for everybody to go ahead and get your stay, it's nothing. Not only is it way cheaper than going out to DR, but also for every one of us, we actually have a couple prize giveaways coming out here. So check this out. For the top 10 in points, you're actually going to win 3 nights of a private villa in one of our mentor stays. And this is going to include the airport transfer, exclusive leadership dinners, and you guys can see the layout. Day 1, there's a mastermind meeting, team dinners. Day 2, and we're all going to be able to do some of these things as well. So if we don't make the top 10, don't worry about it, because a lot of cultural experiences, they're going to be happening over here in Tulum. I'm talking about going out and experiencing the jungle gym, right? Some of the cafes, some of the best food that you can actually go out and eat. So Tulum is full of so many amazing surprises, and I can't wait to be out there with the whole team. It's going to be a blast. Day 3, Tulum. You guys can look it up. Look this up. Go on Google when you guys get off of here and go check this out. The Mayan Pyramid Experience. It's actually something I've been waiting to do for a super long time. So I have this on the list for each and every one of us to go ahead and do when we get out there. It's going to be a blast. The beaches, let me tell you, these beaches are freaking gorgeous. They're to die for. So check it out on Google. Get your guys' vision board set up, because we're hitting Tulum, and from the October 3rd, 31st to November 2nd, and then our huge event in Mexico, Monterrey, is going to be going from November 3rd to the 5th. So you guys can see, we've got a nice little stretch where we've got a couple days before the event, getting ready, just getting the vibes, and we're already out of Mexico, and then we're going to go straight to Monterrey a couple days later. So 5-star luxury villas, family. This place is a place you do not want to miss. We went out to Punta Cana last summer with the whole team, exclusive villas, amazing beaches. And this is something I told myself back then. I need the whole team to go ahead and experience this together. So if you guys are going to be joining the Tulum getaway, heading out to Monterrey, Mexico, can I get some 7s down below? If you guys are going to be attending one of the best trips that is going to be, honestly, memorable for the rest of our lives here in the next couple months. Let me see. Let me know who's tuning in, who's tapped in, who's ready for an experience of a lifetime. That's going to be coming up, okay? August is going to be the season Matt Rosa talked about, the season to participate. You know, there's two types of people inside of an arena, right? If you would. We have those that are in the stands. Love being in the stands. I love watching myself a good basketball game, a good football game, a good baseball game. Matter of fact, what's your guys' favorite team? Kind of curious, actually. From Philly. You know I like the Eagles. What's some of your favorite teams? So imagine a sports arena, and we have, we have the sidelines, we have the crowd, but then we also have those that are on the field that are actually getting paid. Nothing wrong with being on the sidelines. It's a phenomenal place. But I believe each and every one of us deserves to go ahead and step onto the field and let our highlights be shown. It's time. We've all got a lot of skills inside that's screaming to get out, a story that's waiting to be heard. So check this out. Season 2 in August, we've got all 4 freaking weeks planned out. Yesterday, some of the top leaders, we took an hour out before the call last night, and we set up the entire schedule for the month. We set up literally the entire schedule for the next 6 months. And in August, here's an idea of what we have mapped out for everybody. We're going to be going over leadership. We're going to be going over how to build a brand on social media. We're going to be going over how to build some cash flow in all of these different products that we have, right? Taking advantage of crypto, taking advantage of Forex, maximizing our e-commerce. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but during the third, mainly the fourth quarter, there's so much juice to be squeezed inside of all of these different platforms. It's insane. So huge announcements are on the way coming into these couple weeks. And week 4 is going to be the art of public speaking. I noticed a long time ago, the person at the front of the room, they make the most money most of the time. They make the most impact. And I said, you know what? I want to go from being the back, the one that is shy, that's a little bit nervous, that's kind of afraid to speak in front of a camera, that's not used to being in front of crowds unless it's with sports. So you know what? It's time to get uncomfortable. It's time to go ahead and stretch, because the answer really becomes interesting when you ask yourself this question. How much money are we leaving on the table by not public speaking, by not letting anybody hear our story? My mentor told me this 4 years ago. He said, D, millions. Not 6 figures, 7+ figures, by not sharing your story, by not sharing your authentic self, by not sharing the value that you have to offer. And we all have the same opportunity. So August is going to be a major month, and September. The mission for September is the leaders are going on tour. They're going to be going on what's called a 72-hour incubator tour. And basically what that is they're going to be spending 72 hours, roughly 3-ish days, in multiple different cities, multiple different states around the country. And they're going to be personally developing each and every one of these areas. So if we can't go ahead and attend these places inside of a city, inside of a state, we're going to know ahead of time to be able to travel if you'd like to do so, or even if you might maybe have somebody in these places, because that's the beauty of this business. You see, we don't have to be there, but we can leverage these locations to also help somebody else out. Lend a helping hand for somebody else to get access to this information. So September is going to be big, and you guys can see it down below. Here's just a couple of them, but they might expand over these next couple months. So this is an outline. We've got Phoenix, Arizona, Dallas, Oxnard, and Seattle so far on the list. So something just changed, but you guys can get an idea so far and start planning out a couple of these areas. Okay. October, here we go. October is going to be Super Saturdays. The goal over this summer and kind of moving into October is to start to ideally get events going. You know, I think about some of the biggest momentum bursts inside of my career, and it came from events, right? Getting people inside of a room, getting people live trading, getting individuals seeing some of these live products and just feeling them together, having that atmosphere of learning, asking questions, high vibrational energy. It's just different. So this is going to be something that we're all looking forward to coming into October. They're going to be having Super Saturdays all over. So if we don't have any Super Saturdays that are near us, the goal is going to be go ahead and create one in our city. So that's October. And coming into November, last but not least, is going to be the Tulum Jungle Getaway. They have a chairman retreat, and the huge main event of the year is going to be Monterey Convention, November 3rd to the 5th. So if everyone's ready, let me see some threes down below. If you guys are fired up for the next 3 to 6 months, that's already laid out. You see, I noticed the reason why individuals like Matt Rosa, Jay Awal, Neno are at where they're at is because they're able to plan ahead. They have something that's called depth of vision. And it's funny because I was talking about this the other day with somebody. They was like, yo, can you kind of just explain depth of vision to me? You know, what's your take on it? And I was like, to me, here's what I think about. I think about almost like an acorn. There's two types of people, right? Let me go ahead and take this off. Here we go. Sure. Love it. So if you think about an acorn, and I were to hold an acorn, and I were to ask each and every one of you, what do you see when I show you this acorn? What comes to mind? Do you just see an acorn? Or do you see maybe a tree, an oak tree? Maybe some of you can already envision the forest. Maybe some of you are thinking that far out already. That's how deep this really goes. Being able to see what the average person cannot see. And that's the spiritual side. That's why they say success is 90 to 99% spiritual. It's only 1 to 10% physical. So, fam, that is the blueprint for the month. I couldn't be more fired up. And I told you I had an announcement coming to the end of today's call. And here it is. We have 3 major calls going down today. Shane and Talina, if you guys would like to go ahead and drop your calls down below, let them know this is going to be big Q3. We have some major events, some huge calls coming up. We have some leaders getting into the spotlight, and I'm fired up to see it. So Shane and Talina are going to be throwing down 2 days coming up. So stay tuned. He's going to be dropping the times down below. And we also have JoJo, which is going to be featuring a special guest on tonight's call at 7 p.m. Stay tuned. And if you know, we have one of the top educators inside of the platform, Mr. Joey Medina, tuning in tonight at 7 p.m. with JoJo. So Shane, Talina, fired up for the calls. JoJo, get ready. I know this is going to be one to remember. So we've got 2 p.m., 6 p.m., and 7 p.m. along with Monday Momentum locked in. So get ready. I'll see you guys tonight. And remember, we can be, do, and have anything we can hold in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hand. Let's go out and turn these dreams into reality. It's game time, fam. Let's get to work.